Hello and welcome to another episode of It's Not Coffee This Time. Snapple iced tea. Wouldn't it be great if they gave me like money to, show this to you while I'm doing these recordings? That would be great. I love Snapple. Yeah, I know. It's probably bad for me, although this is the sugar-free stuff, so how bad can it really be? It's got 10 calories, right? I know, sweeteners, whatever. I get you. Anyway, I wanted to touch base with you a little bit about. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering, my T-shirt today, NKU Norse. So my apartment in Cincinnati is actually in Covington, Kentucky. So I can't root for Kentucky; just can't do it. So I adopted the Northern Kentucky Norse. All right. You may have noticed that banks are paying pretty well. You may have also noticed that stocks and bonds, flat year it looks like. So I know what maybe creeps through your mind at night. Maybe you should take all your money and put it in the bank. Then it won't go down and it gets a guaranteed 5%. That's not a crazy idea at all. I don't recommend it, but it's not crazy. 5% is a valid return for a very safe investment. It's just historically, that's not a return that's going to give you real growth over taxes and inflation. The reason that we take the risk of investing with equities is because they can produce high double digit returns many, many times. They've done that many times. And when we have news of the day, like we currently have, whether it be the war in Israel and everything that's going on there, or all the other issues that we're dealing with here, it's easy sometimes to give into the temptation of the fear and say, you know what, I'm not taking any more risks. Just put my money in there and I'll make do with what I got. I'm never going to tell anybody that's crazy. I'm just going to suggest that that's not really what a good investment strategy is. Risk gets rewarded. Now, when I say risk, I'm not talking about your $100 turning into zero. Not at all. What I'm talking about is volatility. And those who have wisely accepted volatility have historically done very well. You have to balance it. You have to identify what money you need in the short run, and you need to put that in a safe spot. But the money that you might need 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now certainly, can probably sustain some volatility, assuming it's on the upward slope, which of course it usually is. Now, interestingly enough, we talk about volatility. On a prior episode, I shared with you the fact that I had actually bought some cryptocurrency. Now, I don't recommend anybody buy cryptocurrency. The reason I did it was kind of an experiment. Some people had owed me money and paid me back through Venmo. And believe it or not, you can buy cryptocurrency on Venmo. To open up an investment account with any firm, you've got to provide ID and answer a lot of questions for suitability and whatnot. But for some reason, for crypto, you don't have to do that. So I did this a little over 2 years ago, about 2.5 years ago. I put $2,000 in, and very quickly it was down to $1,100. Today, I don't know if you can see this. There it is. $2,297. I'm actually up 13% over this period of time. Was this a good investment? Well, absolutely not, because the volatility is completely off the charts. I mean, I was looking at a chart of that, and it's just like this. But everything has its day. Cash has its day. Crypto has literally its day, But historically, those days are short-lived. They're like the bad team that occasionally wins. But, the Yankees, the Pittsburgh Steelers, some of the ones that typically they ride through it. That's really what equities and a well-designed bond portfolio can do. So it's very important that we don't take the short-term news and interpolate too far into your future. But, risk tolerance is something that's very hard for us to really understand. I've always said that everybody overestimates their tolerance for risk. We want high returns. We just don't want to have to pay for them. We don't have to deal with the volatility. So there's room for conservative stuff in your portfolio. I would be very hesitant to make all your portfolio that, because you're going to have a difficult time staying above taxes and inflation. Or as I like to say, if you're going to keep all your money safe, what you're probably going to do is go broke safely. All right. So, important thing is, if you want to talk about that, I'm here for you. Just know that I can read minds, and I know sometimes what people are thinking. There's more to the story than just the short-term returns of cash. Don't be lulled into it too badly. Most importantly, if you want to talk about it, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Take care. Bye-bye.